Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hello, YouTubers and Vote Owl. Okay, just for shits and giggles tonight, I'm going to produce for you the solution to global warming for America. America, yeah, at least the United States, but similar concepts will apply basically anywhere on the globe. Uh, most part of this inspiration is from the Dutch. Gotta love Amsterdam. That is a good place. Um, Let me tell you, they got all those Van Goghs. I mean, just breathtaking. The Rijksmuseum. Good Belgian beer down Cafe Golem. I love that place. Amsterdam. Great place. Anyway, we're going to flip to a bloop. Graham McNally Deluxe Illustrated Atlas of the World. And I haven't marked any of this all out, so we're just going to play it by ear here. I want to see a good United States picture. Bloop, 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 bloop. Or just North America in general would be good enough. Oh, I could solve all these places' problems too. Okay, United States. And we're not going to worry about Alaska just for the moment. I mean, they'll be doing fine with warmer temperatures. But here we have the United States of America. All right. So here's the deal. Basically, north of Boston, I mean, you got some okay places. They're going to have to fend on a local level. But you wrap yourself around Boston, out past Cape Cod, all the way out. You got you some Martha's Vineyard line out to Long Island, right? And boom, you run up to Atlantic Highlands, and maybe you try to save some of these, but really not much. I mean, it's all going to be underwater. But somewhere in here, you got to establish a dike. Boom. I mean, Chesapeake Peninsula all the way to the Outer Banks. Boom. Put a dike. I mean, we're making this already. The Zuiderzee works are, not going to compare. But, we get that little area right there set up with dikes. And we've got tremendous wind power potential. We've got new farmland. We've got estuaries that we can control the salinity of. All sorts of cool shit. And you capture some of these cities down here if you can. Anywhere you can to get this whole quarter of the East Coast preserved. Now, obviously, you get down here, you're going to have to do little walled off areas for individual cities. Okay, that's what we got to do. I mean, we could even probably preserve Miami. It might have some, Venice-like lagoon areas going on, but we could probably get, the big spots in Florida saved. Going on back, Gulf of Mexico, New Orleans. This is a perfect area right here to start doing some major investment in dikage. I mean, granted, it's a lot of sediment, but we've got Middle America to ship down, soil, rock, materials for that use. And quite frankly, Middle America is going to like eventually where this winds up, by the way. Go figure. But, and we just cover the whole coast, basically from, let's go down all the way down to Brownsville, and we'll pick up Elon Musk's stuff, because then we're going to need him later. All right. West Coast. Yeah, we're going to have to Seattle it up and try to get some sort of major dikage going on here. We're going to have to probably partner up with Canada quite a bit to make that occur, but, we do what we got to do. Major port cities, we capture them. San Francisco, obviously, we're going to get that. Pretty easy, though, with the dikage system right over there. I mean, we've got those highlands on either side. Los Angeles is going to be more tricky, but we're probably go out all the way out to Channel Islands if we can, and get as much of that area, because we're going to want that land eventually. All right, boom. The dikes. That's only half the problem, though. The problem is you've got all these rivers that the energy, required to get them pumped up to sea level. That's pretty rough. Some of that's going to need to be taken up with wind farms. We've got a lot of wind farm area right here off the coast. I mean, 20 foot, 30 foot sea level rise, I think we could hack it. But here's the thing. We can tap some of these rivers. We can tap the Hudson. We can tap the Delaware. We tap the Chesapeake, well, the Susquehanna. We tap, Cape Fear at least, and Neuse maybe in North Carolina. Obviously the James. South Carolina, we do what we can, and bless their hearts. We do what we can with these small rivers on the coast, and what we do is we get Elon Musk on board, and we start digging tunnels. We find the equipotential of the water that's a good level, somewhat above current sea level. I don't know, 20 feet, 40 feet, so maybe somewhere over the proposed sea level. And we start building those tunnels, get that fresh water out this way. Go on across country. Obviously, we got the Mississippi in the middle. You contribute with that. You got to put dams maybe somewhere, a couple little spots along here. But you continue with those pipes all the way with that Boring Company stuff right through the Rockies. Boom. Boring Company all the way out here to the West Coast. You got your Phoenixes and Tucsons and your Las Vegases and your whole freaking Bakersfield strip of agriculture right in through here. You just get all that fresh water from this nice, happy East Coast, which is still going to get lots of fresh water during global warming. And you get it out here, which this area is going to be dry. You give water to Mexico as good faith gestures. We'll give you some water, and you make sure the cocaine keeps coming. All those fun things. Anyway, that project right there would use quite a lot of energy, but by the same token, we'd be producing more energy in the grand scheme of things with the wind farms and or hydroelectric, because quite frankly, we're going to have some hydroelectric power available once we get this thing going. But yeah, and then we, get all that East Coast water over the West Coast. Everywhere in the middle that lets those pipes go through and contributes materials and helps with the situation, let them tap that water. So places that are dry in Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas, those places, they're going to get some water love out of this deal. And that's how you trade it. You got to do a little bit of horse trading here, different constituencies, and make it go through Congress. It's not going to be easy, but yeah. Anyway, that's the solution to America with global warming. I'm not even going to talk about carbon. Carbon's been up to 1,600 parts per million that we can determine, or more. So, come on. 400, 500, 600 parts per million. We are never going to get all that fossil carbon back. And quite frankly, I'm of the opinion the planet needs that carbon in the air. It's better served with that carbon in the air. And the Eocene pretty much makes me believe that. Those dearths of speciation and other bullshit that happened in all those ice ages. Yeah, we don't want that. The Earth sucks in an ice age. We want lots of happy, plants and animals feeding on that carbon. But, we have people, and we gotta save them, and to make that work. Saving the rest of the world? Well, we can go into that later if you really want. I've got plans for most of the major areas. And it's based on harbor, elevations, materials available. Different places are going to have to use different things. All in all, wind power and hydroelectric are going to have to be the drivers. Because why not? Realistically, we may tilt some mass to the northern hemisphere, so maybe we can work on adjusting that in the southern hemisphere. Just we don't fuck up orbit or anything crazy like that. Unintended consequences and all that happy horse shit. And there's a lot of politics and interactions with peoples everywhere to make this work, but it'll work. Anyway, that's my contribution to humanity for today. Yeah. Whatever. Bye-bye, YouTubes.